right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Thurler.
Yeah, I'm LeoKeidran.
I'm Leon Machar.
And me and Leo will be doing a race for X operations, which is the post game for Second Opinion. It's these 7 operations. You will see that there are 2 here side by side. That's 1 for each doctor. We will be running exclusively on Naomi's side because she's faster. And just before we start the run, I'll just do a quick introduction to the game. It's going to take like 40 seconds, just so you guys understand what's going on, because it's going to get very hectic, very fast. So
Yes.
this is a surgery simulator. You can see the orange dot on the screen. That's my Wiimote pointer. I move around. You can see the cursor moves around. And you can select tools with the nunchuck, and you can operate on people. And we'll be dealing with weird viruses. This is like the super difficult post-game. And you can just, suture cuts in it.
Yeah, Thurler's making pretty quick work of that.
Yeah.
But we'll try and explain what's going on. But the main things to note is that we have limited usage of each tool. We will basically use each tool across the entire run. But yeah, we have limited tool usage. So we're going to be pretty careful on some of the ops. And because it's the extreme ops, everything does a lot of damage. So we're going to be using the healing touch, which allows us to boost vitals for basically every action we do that is better than a bad. But I think it'll become pretty obvious as we start.
Leon will do his best to explain the chaos that ensues.
I'll try my best.
Yeah. All right, so Leon, a countdown, please.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So the first X operation is Kuryaki. There's going to be a lot of cuts. It's the operation Thurler a bit showed off the start of. So once we enter the patient, there's like a whole bunch of cuts. The big cuts need to be drained via the drain quickly, and the small ones can be instantly sutured using the sutures. Now we instantly use the healing touch, which is different for each doctor. This is Naomi's healing touch, so for each cool or good or okay mark, we get to heal the patient. And since Kuryaki should deal a lot of damage, but since these people are insanely fast, we literally do not care about the damage, since they are under the healing touch's power, and everything they do heals the patient, even though every time you expose the Kuryaki with an ultrasound, it deals damage. But it's already dead. Now we're placing the bandage, and the next operation is going to be Death-Terra. This is the so-called RNG hell.
One of them.
One of them.
One of them, yeah.
There's 2 of them. But that's the first one. First of all, there's going to be a quote-unquote tutorial phase that they kept from the operation in the main game, where there's only 1 set of Death-Terra. So the main gimmick with this guild type, all these alien-looking viruses are called guild, is that there's 2 different colored thingies floating around. They're supposedly tumors, but they look weird, and they move around randomly, and they need to bump into each other of like the opposite color. And sometimes that can really troll you. As we move around, there's some blood pool spawning that we're draining, some tumors appear that we need to laser down a bit, but this is very much the tame part of the Death-Terra.
What is my Death-Terra doing?
This is why we call it the RNG hell. Thurler's already out, but Leo is still dealing with the 3rd health of the Death-Terra. Now Thurler is going to move on to the second part of the Death-Terra, which is actually like the actual Death-Terra part, where there's 2 sets of these quote-unquote tumors, and if they bump into the same color, as can be seen right here, they will deal a lot of damage and spawn a lot of tumors. So they need to manage the damage dealt. We need to boost vitals in accordance, since if they let up on the vitals, well, the patient's gonna die. But if they keep only boosting vitals, well, the patient's going to be overwhelmed with a bunch of tumors and everything. There is a safe strat to keep the Death-Terra pairs on different sets of HT to make them not be able to bump the same colors together and deal extra damage. As we can see, Thurler's having a lot of trouble with Deftera trolling, and Leo's about done. Oh, it's stuck together nicely.
I was a little nervous there.
Yeah, Deftera can really just say no to a run, essentially.
Yep.
I would have reset this long ago.
Yep. So the funny thing with XOps, right, is because it's only like 20 minutes long, if you get bad RNG for Deftera, you just reset. Try again, basically.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes into a run, so.
Yeah.
So next up is Triti. I needed to count in my head. So this is a puzzle that we are going to ignore. The puzzle is you need to take out certain thorns so you could extract certain Doritos, as we call them, the green triangles. And you're not supposed to be quick enough to extract everything, so there's like certain rules for the triangles to respawn. Hopefully we won't see that. But we're just kind of ignoring the puzzle by just doing everything quickly.
We specifically left the 2 thorns because the timing is a little tight. You can do all of them if you're really fast, but it's just too risky.
Especially in a marathon. I almost lost the cycle there.
Right. Next up is the Triti. It starts off with these 3 color tumors that you need to inject a color vial into them and extract them. This is like the precursor to how actual Triti looks like. It is essentially, as Simon says, the color game. So you can see the little thingies, I'm not sure, tadpoles I guess. They spew out like gas, or they temporarily appear with their color depending on the damage phase, and you need to inject the color that they represent. So once again, they appear for a short time with yellow, purple and green on Leo's screen, and on Thurler's screen they are going to be moving around and using gas. Once again, you keep injecting them with the correct color. If you inject the wrong color, those colored tumors at the start would spawn again, and you would need to extract, get hit by a lot of damage, and hopefully not die in the process. Each Triti takes 6 hits, I believe, in total, before we die.
Maybe 7?
7?
I don't know.
I am a DS
yeah,
runner. I base my knowledge off DS games. In DS it's 6.
It's definitely 7. Yeah.
It's 7.
Yeah.
Anyway. Pretty repetitive.
So Leo's is done with Triti, and next up is going to be Penty.
Yep.
Yep, memory. Good, good. That Penty is like a semi-auto-scroller. It's going to do a bunch of attacks. We're going to wait for record to appear. So maybe a donation or 2 right now?
Yeah, absolutely. We have $20 from Wrinkle that says, "It's pretty cool how we can all make a difference, even if it's only for a few dollars here and there. Thanks to everyone helping to make this event possible. And thank you so much for donating to help this great cause too." And I'm gonna throw in a $10 donation from Evanisia that says, I stopped thinking 4 hours ago. Were we just here? Are you okay? And nonetheless, thank you for that generous $10 donation.
It's okay. I'll interject a little bit. So Penty at the start shows off all of his attacks. Also, oh hi Penty. So the pink cores shoot out and create a laceration that you need to suture, but our great players just kind of burn them with laser before they can do their things. The blue ones, they stand around for a little while, extend and create these little polyp tumor things. If you leave only one of them alive, it doesn't create too many tumors for it to be a problem. And the third attack is when like the gray cores appear and they circle around, and that is simply the best attack because our main goal is to laser the core. So you can hold your laser over the gray cores as they are spawning and damage the core at the same time. And that is essentially all there is to Penty, except there could be a very rare glitch that we call the Penty skip, where the Penty's dying animation could skip, and I will lose my mind if that actually is going to happen.
Yeah.
I think we all will.
Yeah. So for now, I think I'm going to give it away for more donations.
Alrighty, we got a $5 donation from Naomi Plays. Finally, a game where I'm faster! Good luck on the race, everyone! And thank you for that $5 donation. And we got $50 from Kata that says, for a saucy ESA summer. And saucy it will be indeed, because they put that towards the hot sauce incentive. So right now the hot sauce incentive is at 90 out of the 500. So if you want to see more people than poor Polyster eat some hot sauce later at the pedestrian, make sure to get those donations in. It's for an amazing cause, so you won't regret it.
Alright, Penty is done now, or we're on to the most insane operation, I would say, Cavi. Unlike in other X operations, the maximum vitals are capped at 50. Cutting open a Cavi worm would deal the patient 30 damage. We use Naomi's HT, where suturing a laceration heals with a cool heals for 20, with a good heals for 10. As you can see, Leo's activating the healing touch and using the lag frames while his vitals are ticking down to suture the lacerations to increase his vitals before they hit to 0. There is a little caveat to that. If he sutures too much while he is close to max vitals, his heal is going to run out, but the buffer damage might go too high. Another gimmick with Cavi is that if one of them stays on for too long, they will move on to the next organ and they want to reach the heart and burrow and kill the patient, but that's not going to happen. At worst, it's probably going to reach the third organ out of 5, I believe. I don't exactly remember how many
four.
were. 4.
Oh no, that's such a big segment. I didn't cut it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Big segments are dangerous because you need to cut them a bunch, and now that Leo's HD has run out, that's the first death.
The miss, no.
Misses deal like 10 damage on Cavi, I think.
On Extreme Ops, they do a lot more damage than usual, so not surprised. Cavi is arguably the most difficult, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised it happened.
We use
For
very
the-
risky strats.
Yep.
Yeah. Little error and just like the patient's dead. Like they are literally utilizing lag frames to not kill the patient. That's
if-
how tight it is.
If you think the race is over, don't worry.
Yeah, if you
Savato is insane.
remember all the way back in the Deftera, we did say it was one of the RNG points of the RNG hell. So, Thurler is done with Cavi, and he's going to move on to Savato. This is a big, mean, red burning spider that wants to kill everything.
Back. Here we go.
So as Thurler is going to enter the patient, there's going to be a bunch of these webs around that the game expects you to cut one by one, which would take forever and a half. We use a glitch where our tools get inactive, since once you cut one strand of the web, your scalpel is broken. But if you tap Z with the inactive scalpel, it does the scalpel thing for a frame, and we can use that to cut more than the game expects us, thus skipping a large part of the operation. There are 3 webs phases, and Thurler is now on the 3rd one. There's a lot more webs. We're trying to do it with like 1 web spawn, I believe, or maybe 0. That's optimal, but doesn't always happen. See? Yeah, another web spawns. With the web spawns little spiderlings that need to be lasered. And if they are not lasered and the last web is cut, they will slowly crawl into the Savato like this.
What is going on, dude?
God, that's taking forever, my guy.
Yeah.
Normally we laser those to skip that animation, but
Now we're onto the angry Savato phase, where he does a bunch of attacks and we want to laser his shell. You can think of his shell as having multiple HP bars, and the HP refreshes every single time it attacks. For the first hit, I believe you need like around 60% of laser's capacity, 60-65, something like that. And once you get an okay, he does a large laceration that spawns little spiderlings. And Savato can really just be mean and it's like attack in the midway of lasering like he's done a few times now for Thurler.
Yeah, this is the main reason why Thurler said the race isn't over yet, because it's possible one of us just gets very, very lucky and the other person has to deal with constant problems with the laser.
You might have noticed that Thurler has burnt out the laser at one point. When the laser is very low, it is more worthwhile to burn it out completely and wait for a fresh laser than to wait for the red laser to regenerate to white. Once it's at around yellow, it's worth waiting, or when you're on the fourth quote-unquote health bar of Savato armor, it is worthwhile to just continuously tap to use as much as you recover without burning out the laser. Savato is being mean to both of you. This is just what Savato is.
It's worth pointing out the first phase, because it has so much like required laser to get through it. It takes a lot longer, and that's when you're most likely to get messed over by Savato doing an attack.
Yeah. One more thing to note, once you're ending with one of the laser phases, like you're moving to the other side of the heart, you can just leave the lacerations and spiders around. They might just magically get cleaned up and disappear, and it's all fine. Thurler's on the third hit, Leo is about to be done with the first hit, I believe.
Yep, second phase now.
So.
Oh, he got lucky.
Yeah.
Indeed, I did.
Laser was close to running out, and Savato attacking could have ruined everything. Each triple cut, I believe, deals 12 damage, so even if they're at low vitals, they know exactly how much Savato deals. That is a large laceration on Leo's screen. The larger the laceration, the wider your sutures need to be, so if it's super wide off screen, it can be annoying to suture. So as Thurler is about to finish, one thing the runners need to keep in mind is that vitals will need to be above 30 before they inject the quote-unquote final vial into the Savato, because if your vitals are below 30, your patient will die. Otherwise, it just gets set to 30 like it has been on Thurler's screen. Now, Thurler waited a few frames for like the blood pools to disappear. Otherwise, the game really just lags and this death animation takes forever. But Savato is defeated, Thurler needs to suture and bandage and he's done. And Leo's just about done with his second hit.
I'm getting bullied over here, my guy.
Savato does like bullying.
Oh god, it's the skip. There we go.
Sometimes on Savato it is smarter to wait out a little bit while boosting vitals, just to not burn out half your laser while Savato decides, oh, I'm going to attack now. So once again we can see Savato just trolling Leo, burning out half the laser, and attacking again. Once again, an attack refreshes that phase of the health bar, and Savato is just feeling really mean to Leo.
The worst part is this is like pretty average for Savato as well.
Yep.
Here we go.
Maybe a donation before the final?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he's done because I have a combo wombo donation here. That's gonna take a bit of time.
Alright.
Alright.
Savato's taking up a little bit of time as well.
Yeah. I just want to laser it. Come on! Wait, nobody spooked it, that's why.
Oh yeah.
That's my... during my streams, usually I get whoever's in the chat to just spook it with some kind of sound alert. And it works. Not always, but
Was that the
I like to
second
believe.
hit?
Think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, no, come on!
It's just the final little...
Now Leo is going to boost a bit of vital since, as mentioned, he needs to have 30 before injecting.
Now just don't miss the start.
Ah,
I mean, you boost vital, so you get 2 chances. Very nice.
interesting start. There we go. A 540, that's literally what I got in practice 3 times in a row.
Consistency of this man.
Not good consistency, though. Anyway, that's the bandage on. Let's get ready to...
All right.
Here we go.
That is still an insane time. I can barely finish the operations myself, and these guys just speedrun them for like less than 20 minutes.
Yep.
All right, so this wombo combo donation is actually for Leo.
Oh no.
That's why I kind of want to wait a bit too. Let's start with $10 from Nordic Soy. Is this Leo playing a game with lasers?
Oh no. Oh no.
Make sure you pew pew that nasty G-U-I-L-T. And $5 from Tempest Mask 1000. Hi Leo, I just wanted to ask about the portal gun I accidentally left behind in the operation room since ESA Winter 23. I think it's still active, so you're gonna have to go and disarm it. Don't worry though, if Derek can disarm a bomb, I don't see why operation tools can't do the same for this. Anyway, best of luck to you and Thurler.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And thank you so much for that amazing round. Are there any final shoutouts you want to make?
Yeah, just shout outs to the community that has grown considerably over the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
starting with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started probably about 3 years ago, and here I am.
Indeed. But yeah, we have a Discord. If you want to join, just go to any of the game's speedrun.com page. We're pretty chill. Sometimes we race. We have a channel just to post young wonky stars. So if you want to have a laugh at
Yep.
that, yeah. And if you have any interest in speedrunning this game, we'll welcome you and give tips.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for that amazing race. Give it up for those amazing runners. But for you at home, stay tuned because we have more amazing runs coming your way after a quick intermission.